All right, model building fans, what I have here is I just don't know. This is an impulse buy. I saw it online a couple of times. I've never heard of it. It's I don't know who's put it out. I think it's MPC has put it out. I don't know if it's a re-release of something from the past. It's got something to do with the Hot Rod magazine, I guess, old Hot Rod magazine. So I don't know. I'm going to open it up. This is what I'm going to build next. I'm waiting on a kit that I've been looking forward to for years, and they put it back out. I'm going to be working on that next, but while I'm waiting for that to come in and I get all the material for that, I'm going to see what this is. I got this at a hobby shop that I hadn't been to in years, and I went in there and to look for paint that doesn't exist anymore. But while I was there, I said, well, this looks interesting, so let's see what it is. I do not know what it is. We'll find out together. It's got an impressive box, and it's got great box art. It says it's made in USA. It says right here. With 90% US parts. I'm assuming this is a styrene plastic model kit, so what else could be in there that could be foreign? It also comes, this is deluxe. It comes with stickers, figure, surfboard, all new groovy decals, bonus stroker stickers. So there you go. I don't know, I probably don't want to do anything with those, but hey, they're in there. So let's take a look at this bad boy, see what we got. Okay, it's all white. Look at that. Comes with this plastic surfboard. Yeah, there's the surfboard. Here's the parts. And do notice here on the bottom, it's all hollowed out. So I will most likely maybe take some styrene plastic and fill that in, maybe. We'll see. I don't usually like to leave anything like that. So I'll take a look at that. But this is the 12-inch surfboard. And these are the parts. There's our little man. It looks kind of interesting. And it's got a big plastic motor, which looks good. That looks easy to do some good modification on, so I'm kind of excited about that. I just don't really know. This is a new thing for me. It's not a car. It's a guy on a surfboard. And that's what that's there. Let's see what else we got. These are the decals. I'm not going to open those because I don't want to open those until I need it. Here's my Stroker Mcgurk, the Hot Rodder's Buddy. I don't know what that is. Special offer for $59.95. I don't know what that is, but I can get some kind of special offer. I'm not going to do that. The kit itself looks pretty simple to put together. Yeah, it looks like it's got a lot of detail in it. So, kind of interesting to see how this is going to go. It's got that. We'll see. There's the basic instructions. On the back, it does have this picture here. It kind of tells you what it is. It's got some decals and stuff. I don't like decals. I hate decaling. They always crack and fall off, so I probably won't use them. I'll probably just do my own paint job on it and see what it comes up with, and go from there. So, I don't know what this is, which will make it fun to build. See what it does. Anyone knows anything about it? Drop me a line, because I don't know anything about it. So that's what I'm going to work on next. I think it's going to be a fun build. We'll see. Just some comic strip thing. thing, I guess. So, there we go. All right, here we go. Finished. Stroker Mcgurk, the hot rodder's buddy, and his surf rod. This was a really fun kit to put together. It was a complete impulse buy. I never heard of this kit. I never read Hot Rod magazine, so I really don't know much about any of the background of this character. I did a little bit of research and found, a little bit about it, but I built it as best I could. I made some changes to it. I added a lot of detail that wasn't there, and sometimes that's what I really like about a model like this, because you can really make it your own. So I made the main character look a little blotchy skinned like me, gave him my color hair, and it was kind of fun. So it came out really good. It's kind of, base is a little wobbly, but it came out really well. Added a lot of detail to the gas tank. I ran a fuel line for the gas tank up to the carburetors. Had to ask a friend about that. My friend Tom told me where a carburetor on a dragster motor would be, because I really didn't know where fuel went into a dragster. So that's how I put that together. I painted it and I gave it a little weathering. I remember one time when I was a kid, I was on a boat and it was really run down. Usually when you see a boat, they're really nice. But I remember being on a really grimy boat one time, way back when I was a kid, so I kind of made it look like that. The motor was really neat. That motor's so cool. You know, it'd be worth buying this kit just to have that motor to put it in something else. That's how neat that motor is. But a lot of detail to the gas tank. You know, adding the fuel line, I think, really makes it pop. Of course, I always run the spark plug wires if I can. It didn't come with a carburetor, so I kind of made my own on the back, sort of. One thing I wish I had done, I guess this is the throttle, and I needed to run a wire from the throttle to one of his hands. Maybe I'll do that later, or maybe I'll leave it alone. I made some changes to the where he controls things. I just ran like a skier's handle down into the engine there to kind of act as what's helping him stay stable. That's a little bit different than the instructions showed. Added a lot of detail to the motor, you know, a lot of weathering. I think if it was out in the water a lot, it would probably picked up some rust and things like that. And one thing about the cap here, the hat actually supposed to come off, and underneath there you can see the guy's brain, but I went ahead and glued that down because that makes sense. This is supposed to like wobble back and forth like a bobblehead. I put a little spring in there. I didn't like the way how it worked, so basically it's just stationary. So there's some things I wanted to try to do with this that I really didn't do. I think it really came out great. I like the skin tone I got with it. I think it really works for a red-headed person out in the sun, because that's kind of what it's like. So let's look at some of the details if we can. I'll pick him up. You can see the motor really good there. See some of the detail. And underneath, I added this. This was just like a little empty space, so I made a little metal plate to put over top of that. And here's the little motor thing that's supposed to do that. So the little weathering underneath, I think, helps it out a lot. Very happy with it. This was such a fun kit. I cannot, when you find a kit that you've never heard of and you put it together and it comes out really well, it's kind of its own reward. So I really recommend this kit. I don't know when it was initially released. It's an MPC kit. There's another one in this line, I think, where he's the Red Baron. I'm hoping to try to get that one. I got this at a hobby shop. I just saw it on the shelf and I bought it. And it was great being at a hobby shop, because I very seldom get to go to them. So you go out to your local hobby shop, you'll probably find things that you don't find other places. So I did subsequently find it online a few places, but I never would have found it if I hadn't actually seen it. So there you go. It is Stroker Mcgurk and his surf rod. As always, remember, model building is forever. It's really one of the most creative things I've ever really been able to do in my life. I've been building model kits since I was about 8 years old, and this kit was not very difficult to put together. If you can handle the glue, you can do a good version of it. So I used some spray paint. I used the tester spray paint, which is harder and harder to get. Going to the hobby shop, I did find out why I cannot find Model Master paint anymore, because I guess Rust-Oleum bought out testers and they didn't get the rights to the name Model Master. So until they figure that out, I can't get my favorite kind of acrylic paint for some of the details. All of the figure was actually hand brushed, and a lot of the stuff is hand brushed. A lot of it is spray paint. So I made some changes to the surfboard there. I added stripes that are not part of initially on there. So I hope you enjoyed my presentation on this model. I encourage everyone to build models, to support any local hobby shop near you, especially the mom and pop joints that are smaller than some of the bigger chains, because they're really keeping this hobby alive. So it's a terrific kit. It's fun for everybody. I think boys, girls, moms and dads would enjoy putting this model kit together. And it's a big kit. I mean, that's a pretty good sized kit. It's not small. I mean, this is almost 12 inches. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. build some models, and be creative. This is what I did with it. If you go online, you'll find other people have done it as well, and they've done it completely different. So I hope you have enjoyed my take on Stroker McGurk and his surf rod.